Hello, this is Off the Record, a podcast brought to you by the Valdosta Daily Times. I'm Dalton, and this is my co-person Desiree.
Hello.
Today on Off the Record, we're on the record with Gillian Carter, an eclectic screamo band from Orlando, Florida. Could you guys introduce yourselves for me?
All right, I'm Logan. I play guitar and vocal stuff.
I'm Kyle. I play drums.
And I'm Bob, and I play bass.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I guess we can just jump right into it.
Yep.
So you guys have been coming to Valdosta for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, how long have you guys been sort of playing shows here?
I think the first one was in 2012, and I don't remember who booked it, but I know it was with us and Henrietta from another band from... Do you remember Henrietta or no?
No, I don't really remember Henrietta.
Well, they were another band from Orlando. They broke up like a year or two ago, but I think that's the first time we came, and then I met Jeff and the Machinist dudes, and we just started playing together like ever since, like on, you know what I mean, like on and off and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like they would come down to Florida and we would come back up here. Yeah. We played a couple houses. I think it was William Street House. Mm-hmm. We played there a couple times. That was cool. And we just been coming back.
Well, we played at that tavern that one time, too.
Astor Street?
Yes.
Yes.
So you played
We played
Astor
there.
Street too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys play Red Door when that was around? The record shop?
Oh, yes. Yes, we did. With Caution Children.
Oh, yeah.
It was in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
That was the tour where we crammed everything and in the van, and we called it the Boneyard because our drummer at the time, unfortunately, like sat in like the far back, like with like gear and merch like towering around him, and it was truly.
I would be driving, and
He would have to call us.
He would be calling my name out, and I wouldn't hear him. And then he'll have to call me and be like, "You need to pull over here to the bathroom."
Yeah,
I
like
couldn't hear you. He goes, "I've been calling your name."
like call on the phone and be like, "Oh, that was the time."
It was just like a mountain of merch.
Yeah, it was a
You and the-
bunch of.
oh,
It was like us and another band, and yeah, I stubbornly didn't get a trailer. Anyway, yeah, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's better now. It's better now.
Good, yeah. So you guys are mentioning shows from pretty far back. So how long have you guys been together?
As a whole, since 2005, so
Okay.
14 years.
Did you-
It's been a ride.
Have you always been a Orlando band?
Well, no. It started in Palm Bay, which whenever we mention that part of Florida, people are like, "What?" And then still, if you mention
It's
Melbourne,
like southeast, right?
yeah, it's
of
East
Orlando.
Coast.
East Coast, yeah. It's like what, like an hour south of Cocoa.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
It's, on the beach, literally.
Yeah,
The rockets go off and stuff up there, but
Yeah.
it's just no one really knows.
exactly. Yeah,
It's easier to say Orlando. It's so Orlando's so close. It's like 45
it's-
minutes from us.
Exactly.
and we play Orlando all the time. Bob was in Orlando, like, but yeah, we started in Palm Bay, and played Melbourne a bunch, and
Yeah, Melbourne used to be what we'd say
like a
be
hot
the place to
hot
be.
spot. Yeah,
And then since now I'm in Orlando, it's like it's just easier.
Mhm.
Just going from Disney.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
yeah. Like you mentioned Orlando, and everyone goes, "Oh, Disney, got it. I know exactly where
right,
you are."
exactly.
Yep.
We live at Disney.
Yeah, we're the house
Yeah.
band for Disney.
They actually just corrected me yesterday. I was talking about Orlando, and I was like, yeah, Disney World. And they're like, no, that's Kissimmee. And I was like, oh, cool,
Yep.
got it. All right.
Which is like adjacent to Orlando,
Yeah.
and they like merge at one point. Yeah.
I am so that you say Kissimmee right too, because I
Yeah.
had friends from when I was in school from other parts of the country, and they'd be like, "Oh, Kissimmee," and I'm like, "It's not right."
It's different.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, we're close enough to
Yeah.
Florida that I feel like I got it
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah, you had
like
it.
I'm here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
here for it.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida. And what was weird, I guess, about growing up in Florida was just like there was hardly any youth culture where I was at.
Where'd you grow up?
Leesburg, Florida.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
used to live there when I was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that like right?
It's
at
right
the
in between
border?
Ocala and Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
drew a
further
line,
down.
it'd be right in
Okay.
the middle.
Yeah.
There was growing up, my dad was in a band, and their drummer had a son who played in a band, which was Unsung Zeros, and they were from there. But like everyone in Florida, no one knows the smaller cities.
Exactly.
We're an Orlando band.
Did you guys kind of have like a similar issue where it was like a lot of, I guess, retirees and not a whole lot of young people when it was sort of like your time coming up in the music scene in Florida?
Not so
Not
much.
really.
Yeah,
No, not for us.
Our part of
Yeah.
the town
That's
is
good.
a little different. Like, I used to have a house where we did shows for a few years, and before there was another house, and like.
But even like before that, we had lots of like venues and like spaces and community centers.
Yeah, like I remember like in high school seeing Fall Out Boy before their album blew up.
Yeah.
And it was weird because like no one cared who they were.
Wait.
And then like the next that summer, I was like, oh, that's who that is.
Did you see them at the pavilion for
Yeah.
the benefit show to raise money for the guy's heart surgery?
Yep.
And no one there was like cool, some band from New Jersey, whatever. Like and then like I think it was like the next year it was like Fall Out Boy.
When was that? Like 2002?
That was-
Like
This, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
yeah.
When was Fall Out Boy popular? Like when did they start?
2000 BC.
It's really nice to hear you guys saying that, though, that like you went to shows then, because I always make fun of Dalton, because Dalton's a child.
Okay.
And we've interviewed a few bands that are like 18. Like, we interviewed one band, and they're like, I just graduated from high school last year, and I'm like, cool. I graduated in 2007.
Yeah.
What's
Yo,
up?
so did I. Class of 07.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely it's cool to...
Yeah, like, I don't know, especially like in Melbourne, which, like I said, I lived in Palm Bay is where we started. Like, Melbourne's like 5 minutes away, and that's where all the shows were. So we play, the Melbourne JCs was a hot spot. There was a lot of places, and there was like the Hustler and
The Tab.
the Tab. There was a lot of churches that did shows too.
Churches.
Yeah, like Norma Jean played at a church.
Yeah.
And it was like
I
awesome.
think Poison the Well played there a couple times.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like the craziest. Well, I guess the craziest one was probably just like Norma Jean. I mean, Stretch Armstrong played a bunch.
That's true. Yeah, we had like a lot of music around us for a long time. Now it's kind of
Just slowly
Dead.
dissipated. And
Yeah, like in like 2011, we lost like the last venue that like wasn't a bar, and then Bob's House, they stopped doing shows and they like moved out, and then it was kind of just like this like weird like where are shows now? Like it's coming back up now, the Melbourne scene. There's like a lot of places doing more shows now.
yeah, people are definitely trying. Not like it used to be, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Orlando's great, though.
Yeah,
That's good.
Always have fun there.
always popping time.
My understanding is that Valdosta is kind of the same way. Like it sort of dissipated right around that like 2012 mark, and then sort of came back and then went back down when William Street left.
We were very specific, too. So, like, when I first moved to Valdosta, it was just metal shows was all you could really find. Like, that was it. If you wanted anything else, you were just kind of out of luck. So we just always went to like Tallahassee and things like that.
Okay, where did you move from?
I'm from Douglas, Georgia, which is kind of the same thing you guys are saying. No one knows where that is. We have a Walmart. We're very proud of the Walmart.
Okay,
So I grew up with zero music scene, a lot of cows.
got it.
So
Okay,
that's where we're at. Valdosta, does have From First to Last played here a few times because most of them were from here, aside from Sunnymore. And then we had ties to Mayday Parade. They had Valdosta EP. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, you mostly hit metal. And now we're kind of seeing more of a rise when I'm too old to go out.
you're never too old to go out.
Yeah. But you do feel the need to take a nap.
Yeah, of
Like,
course. Yeah.
Like, you get off work at 5 and you're like, all right, got a nap before this show.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, and then if the show starts at 10, you're like, that's too
I'm not
late.
going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows in Orlando like that. They'll start at 10 and it's like 6 bands. You're like,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I look up, I'm like, I
On a
just wanna go
Sunday.
home.
You know?
on a Sunday or a Tuesday, you know what I mean? But another thing about, when you're talking about how when you first moved to Valdosta, there was like just metal shows. We were very fortunate in Melbourne where it was like all sorts of genre, like all of them. It was like, there was hardcore shows, metal shows, indie shows, like acoustic shows, you know what I mean? It was like all over the place. And it's like, if I think about it, it's like, man, we really did like, we had, you know what I mean? Like we had a real good thing going.
Yeah,
you know?
a good mixture, but there was that lull at one point where...
Well, I'm talking about before.
Overall,
Before,
yes.
Yeah.
But there's also too like that thing where like I've noticed with scenes, it's like you have like a 3-year period where that city would be awesome, and then someone moves out of a house or something like that, or a venue closes, and then it'd be a lull, and then they'll come back again. Because like even like Melbourne had that, Tampa kind of had that for a little bit.
Well,
that's Jack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think Melbourne had a good more than 3 years. It was like, what, 2001 to 2011?
Yeah.
And then...
Good chunk.
Yeah.
And then a venue will pop up and someone will try to do something and then something will happen.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they'll go under and then
Kinda
someone
like-
else will come back. And...
From an experience booking shows in Melbourne, like, I think, like, the deathcore crowd came and, like, just started, like, punching holes in the wall. And it was like, no, we're losing every venue. Like, so that's how we lost a lot of those venues.
Yes.
And then...
Destroyed them.
Yeah, just destroyed them.
Kinda,
And
yeah.
places
Set
were
out.
like, you can't do this anymore now. And we're like,
Yep.
dreads. Yeah. So.
When did you guys start? I guess when did you guys start doing shows outside of Florida? Do you remember?
Yeah, 2007 was the first tour
So after
that we
about
went
2
on.
years, nice.
Bob, so Bob was in another band called Cassettes on Fire, and the guitar player of that band was the drummer of our band. So like we met because Steve, the guitar player, tried out to play drums for us, and it's funny because it wasn't really as much as a tryout.
It was more of like,
It was more like,
you can do it.
Oh, cool, you can play, let's hang. And then, like, we just kind of, and then we all became friends, and it was like, let's go on tour. All of our favorite bands do it, like, why not? And we were like, looking at bands, and it's like, well, all their tours are long, I don't know. So we just did a 30-day tour, and it was hellish in certain aspects, and it was...
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot. A little enjoyable, a little nightmarish, a little movie-esque at times.
What was like the biggest lesson, I think, or like the
Yeah.
biggest takeaway?
It was
you
such a big
had?
lesson that after that tour, I didn't play music for 3 years. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So our first, like, out of state was, we didn't even play Georgia because we couldn't, we got,
we were stuck. We were stuck in Atlanta for 5 days.
we couldn't get a show anywhere. We were like, okay. And then our first out of Florida show was in South Carolina.
Yeah.
At,
Was it Greensboro?
yeah.
At the Spas? No.
No, that was North Carolina.
That was North Carolina. Yeah, it was in, I think, South Carolina. I can't
It was in South Carolina, and it was like a dojo in the daytime, and then a venue at night. Yeah, and it was ridiculous. Yeah.
I wasn't there for this trip, but my favorite part of the story is how they booked the tour. Going up north, nothing coming back.
We didn't know that's what you do. We played, and then we were like, all right, you go home,
14-hour
right?
drive
Like,
back.
Yep.
The thing is just like we were friends with like older guys and bands.
Not one of them
Not
told
one
us what you
person
should
said
do.
anything until like we did 2 tour kickoff shows. One was at.
It wasn't even a kickoff. It was like we had a kickoff show, and then
day
the
off.
next day was in Melbourne. It was like played in Melbourne, and then we played in Melbourne. And then we drove to West Palm. That show didn't even get booked. And then we drove to Tampa, played to the sound guy who left, and then had 3 days off. Played 3 shows in Tallahassee, 1 day in Jacksonville, and then had 5 days off in Atlanta. It was a time.
It was a time, but then like my friends would be like, "Why
I was
would you
fresh
do
out of
that?"
high
And I go,
school.
"Why didn't you say anything?" They go, "I don't know.
Yeah,
We figured just figure it out." And
Yeah.
it's like, well, we did it.
but I wouldn't trade the experience for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first time we played like outside of Florida, and then Pride wouldn't play outside of Florida again until 2012.
So do you think you guys have gotten like the touring thing down now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty locked down.
I still stress out, you know what I mean, when it comes to like booking a tour, because you never know. Like someone could just be like, sorry, all of the shows got canceled, or like they're all on Easter. Like, wait, what? I'm sorry, it's a weird new thing. Like, oh great.
It's Father's Day. We can't play. What happened?
It's Father's Day for that whole week. I can't. So yeah, there's always the stress of booking tour, but yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I think.
Think so? Yeah. We'll leave it at that. I think we got it.
You were
The
telling.
best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me last night. You guys played on Audiotree, and you were telling me about how like that was sort of like a weird thing for your tour.
Yeah.
Like, what happened there?
Well, so I messaged them before and never really got like a response, and whatever, that happens. And we found out that we got on, and we found out 2 days before, that we got on, and we were like, whoa! And we had been searching for a show in Nashville, for months. And we finally got one, and we were like, we have to play this we have to do Audiotree. We can't. And then I messaged the people, and they were like, oh yeah, I totally get it. You got to do Audiotree. Don't worry about this show. We're like, yeah, okay, cool. And so we played Chicago 2 days before, and then did. I don't remember. Oh, we did Kentucky, or we did.
No, we were in.
We did Kentucky and then Indiana because
we were in Indiana
because the dates got switched up, and then we just drove back up to Chicago, played, and then drove through the night. It was 12 hours, I think, to Birmingham. Worth it. Yeah, totally worth it. Yeah, that was definitely something. That was a goal for the band to definitely do that.
Yeah, I bet that really threw off the whole flow of the the tour, though.
Oh no,
not at all. Not at all.
I mean, we did the Audiotree, and we had planned out. We were used to doing long drives and being all right, we'll break it off here. I'll look for a hotel in the city, which is the halfway point, and then we'll just take care.
That's
of the
cool.
rest.
You guys can do a detour like that pretty flawlessly.
It was one of those things where it's
totally worth it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we have to do this, so we're gonna make it work. Whatever we're gonna do it. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool. Did you go from Birmingham back down to Florida, or
Yeah. I don't remember.
It was Birmingham, then
that was
Tallahassee,
the end of
and then.
Oh yeah, that was the end. Yeah, we Birmingham, Tally, and then home.
Yeah, the one funny thing was on the Audiotree, they're like, "Oh, so how much longer after the tour you got?" We're like, "Wow."
Yeah, not much.
We're on the end of
this
it.
is the end of it. So that was cool.
What was it like playing on Audiotree?
It was. I don't know. It was cool.
How do they treat you?
Super nice. Yeah. Everyone was really cool and very accommodating.
Yeah,
and
we have snacks, there's beer, do whatever you want. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, we're what? All right.
A sound check, and they're you have 30 minutes to hang out.
Oh yeah, we because we got there and it was I don't know, we've never done before. I've watched Audiotree sessions and stuff, and I was like, is it cool if we thrash around and stuff? I don't really want to just stand here. And they're like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. And the camera guy was like, climb on that if you can, climb on the rafter. And I was like, you said it. I didn't have to ask you. So, and going into it, I wanted to treat it like we were playing live anyway. So they were like, they were like, do you want to play a song and then we'll interview? And I was like, we'll just play some songs and we'll stop in the middle and then go from there. And they didn't give us guff about being loud either. That was awesome. It was just we play really loud, and the sound guy was like, cool, I'll mix it. That's fine.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And we were like, great.
It was cool to have a sound guy being like, do what you want. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, those are the best sound guys, the ones that work with your sound and don't tell you to turn down to nothing and then don't give you anything in your monitor. But that's for another that's conversation. It's a whole other conversation.
So they were pretty was it a big team or was it just a
let's
sound
see
guy?
Here. There was a sound guy. There was the engineers in the room. There was
three people in the room,
3 or 4 in the room, and then there was
interviewer and 3.
The interviewer and 3 camera people. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they have it. I mean, they have it down.
Yeah,
it's
down to a science.
They have it down to a science. Yeah, very much. Yeah.
It was kind of intimidating at first when you get there because it's an office building.
Yeah,
and they have 2 studios for the Audiotree, but over there is someone's office dealing with music. I don't know who it was or what. But you walk down this hallway and it's just covered in gold records.
Yeah, gold and platinum records.
Giant albums.
You're
right, they're promoting the Britney Spears.
Yeah,
album,
it's
and
what is that? Yeah, it's there's the Beyonce record. Where are we?
Who is this guy?
Yeah,
yeah. After that, and then the initial jitters of sound checking. You had headphones on at first, and you're like, let's try without it. And then once we did it, we're like, oh, I can hear
we're like, oh, this is great.
Perfectly.
This is fine. Yeah. The only thing that was we had to put the headphones back on is whenever they were talking to us. So then we were like, oh, whoops, yeah, hey. Then, I mean, I was just I was a little nervous because I just got done being sick, so I was like, how do I sound? Oh no. like, and then I had to change my guitar strings. So like you and Jesse went and like relaxed, and I was like frantically like cutting my strings. Like okay.
Oh yeah, you were panicking. I was watching Point Break with the camera.
Yeah.
And I just walked down like, I love this movie. Like I've never seen. I'm like, oh whoa, here we go, brother.
Yeah. When I got done being frantic, it was good.
That's cool. So they just have like a TV going in like the back.
Yeah, they have like
It's like a break room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really
I
cool.
wasn't sure if it was just like a TV right behind the stage that like we would just watch on.
Yeah,
No,
you're just
yeah.
watching Point Break
Downtime.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been cool too.
About the bathroom, may have been like mouthing.
Oh yeah, he gets too distracted. So
Come on, you talk.
Over the years of like being a band, how much music have you put out? Like how many albums? How many EPs?
all right.
That's a lot.
I know.
So
Take your time.
we got 5 full-length records. We don't really have EPs. We got like splits. So we have, let's see here, there's the split with Ghost Aviary. There's the 3-way split with Henrietta and Echo Bass.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 4-way split with Coma. Oh, the split with Islet.
Yep.
So I think
5
right
splits.
now 5 splits, 5 full lengths. Am I missing anything? Oh, we have a song on that compilation.
Yep, it's a comp. That we did like an Envy cover. It was like a bunch of bands doing Envy.
Yeah, we count. If we're counting compilations, I don't.
Yeah.
I lost count already.
Got it.
So let's just stick it at 11.
Cool. Do you have kind of a favorite? I know it's hard to pick a favorite of your own, but I feel like everyone has one deep down.
Well, here, let's start with you guys.
I'll start. So, I've been in and out of this band a couple times. The first time was right after this album, Lost Ship Sinking with the Sunset. So, I feel like naturally I have to go with that one. It's just beautiful. And I came in right as they dropped it and got to experience, playing it live for like the first time. So, that just kind of holds a place for me. I love that album so much. That's mine. The new stuff's awesome though too. Love the new stuff.
I mean, that one's kind of tough since I've practically been around since the beginning, just hanging out. So like, there's like the first, there's songs on like the first full length that I hold really dear to my heart. Like Stuff on the Flood's great, and then I mean, I really like the last album we put out, Earth Shaped Tomb, just because we worked on that for a while, and it was one of those albums where it was like, at this point, let's just be super loud and heavy and just go for it. So I had a lot of fun with that one. I think that's my favorite right now.
And that's that's the first one that you're like fully on.
It's not because I'm on it, but it's not. The way you said that. It's because you're on it. No,
I didn't mean it like, whoa.
You gave me a look. I know that look.
I don't know. It's tough for me. The last one we put out, I really like. I guess I could say that I'm probably proud of all of them, but the first one. I'm not saying that I'm not proud of it, but like if I listen to like the songs on there, it's like, oh man, like we wrote better stuff. Like after that, like I feel like the songwriting on our second record really progressed and kind of like went, like we started off like kind of, it was like screamo mixed with like explosions in the sky type stuff. And then it like just went like, the next one was kind of like, I'm screaming, but it's like, but I'm playing like folk chords, you know what I mean? Like the whole time. Like,
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of differences on each album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
It seems natural for a band to evolve over the years. And for your first album, it'd probably not be like your best in terms of
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd.
songwriting, I guess. Or...
Yeah, I listen to all of them, and I'm proud. There was like some times where I'll listen to them and be like, "Oh, I should have did that, or we should have did this here, or we should have added this goofy solo that we recorded and then got rid of it." We're like,
Is there anything like from the first album that you sort of like remember and like kind of wish that you did? Or well, here, let me back up.
Oh, all right.
Is there anything that like from that first album that you feel like you've maybe lost over the years? Or is there maybe some
Besides
stuff that...
members?
Right. Not in that way, but like
No, yeah.
I guess when I think about musicians and stuff, sometimes over the years they feel like they lose their original like ethos, I guess. And I'm not saying that's what's happened with you guys or anything like that, but it's like I feel like I'm attacking you guys now.
Oh, no.
That's what Dalton does.
No,
Attacks the band.
No, you're good.
I'm here to make you feel better later. We
just
we
can't
talked
pick
about
up
how
It's
you
just a
feel.
pat on the back.
Yeah,
you guys are fine.
It's
Leave.
good cop, bad cop.
No, I don't feel attacked. You're good. What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is when a band first starts writing songs, sometimes it's like really raw and like you're still kind of figuring it out. And so like you kind of are in your style a little bit that way. And then over the years, you sort of like hone that style and that sort of thing. But like, is there anything sort of like that you maybe noticed that is like missing or like you miss from like sort of like younger version of the band?
I think definitely the first album in my mind was more ambitious because it was like I'm not saying we don't put a lot into the songs. I'm saying like at the time it was like really, really like this is throwing all these eggs in the basket. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And I don't know. I don't really feel like anything's.
It's okay if there's nothing. I was just curious.
No, yeah, I don't feel like anything's lost because I feel like with every album we're trying to just do something not like different, but I'm always trying to, in my mind, like outdo what I did before. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We're working on a new record right now. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It might not, but I've always wanted to have strings and an orchestra and a choir, and it's like that's too ambitious. You know what I mean? Like, can't. I don't have the resources really.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Craigslist. But
Fiverr. We gotta get on Fiverr.
yeah, we gotta get on Fiverr. That's right. But well, I'm sorry. I feel like I was.
Well, it's that first album just because like this band's been around for so long, and we were children when we were writing that first album. So it's kind of.
And those were songs like I started writing like I was like 16, 17.
So it's kind of hard to. I don't think we really lost anything. Just it's been refined over the years. Just because, it definitely will be a more raw sound, but it's partially because we're just like, oh no, this is. I think this is what this music sounds like. Let's go for it.
Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, like, as we're writing and stuff too, he's coming with new songs and stuff. So you're hearing we're hearing the progression from the last album, but we're also like, okay, I see what you're doing. Like, you can still hear that core. You know, anytime you write something, it's like, okay, yep, that sounds like you, but it's still like pushing it. So it's kind of a good mixture of both, I would say.
Yeah, like I can definitely hear on like the first record where I was really influenced by this band and that band and that band and taking parts that I liked from each band, and then like the second album, it's like, I remember I was really listening to like this or like that. It was like influencing the music, and then from like the third record on, that's when I started just not even thinking about
other people's music.
Yeah, like for the second record, I was listening to a lot of like Beatles and like Beck and like Coconut Records. It's like Jason Schwartzman's band, and I hear it in that record, and it's like, oh yeah, I totally did something like that on here. So from the third record on, it was like not even thinking about any other kind of like just kind of like almost, I guess you could say like freeform jazz, where it's just like kind of like playing stuff and then being like, oh, that sounds cool with this, like, and just like going from there. Yeah. And that's kind of like how it's been since then. There'll be parts where it's like, oh, I kind of want this, like on our, was it fifth record? There's a song with like this like doo-wop-y kind of break in it, and that was like specific. It was like, oh, I want like a 50s style kind of thing for that part. But yeah, it's I think I've lost the essence of the question. I'm rambling now, but
no, I think I get what you're saying. You sort of found your style after a few albums, and you sort of could just sort of build on what you've already developed from those influences.
Yeah,
the style is definitely still there. It's just progressing.
Yeah, every album is just a progression.
I 100%
keep
agree.
pushing it.
Like whenever you listen to a Gillian Carter record, it's got that sound to it that just is.
It's got that lovely sound.
I don't know. Each record has its own like Gillian Carter style. It's like what Jeff. So at the show last night, Gillian Carter played at the White House last night, and one of the band's machinists, the lead singer, mentioned that Gillian Carter, it's a great band, and every time they come, there's something different about that band and that sort of thing. So. And then he was like, and Chris Burf's cool too. But,
yeah.
I think what he said is very true. So, but
that was awesome.
Yeah,
it's a good show. Yeah, I was asleep, so thought about it.
Yeah.
But I did actually see you guys play years ago at Ashley Street.
Okay,
I do remember that many years ago.
Yeah, was it the time we played there? Because we did play there twice. We played there once with the babies, Baby Matt and Jesse.
Yeah.
We played another time with you and Tony.
Me and Tony time, I had a great time because there was like this one band, I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but their drummer was ripping it.
It was all gospel chop stuff, and he was having the time of his life, and we're just off to the side with his hands in the air like, yes!
He was just...
This is what I needed.
It was awesome. I don't know. Never mind.
I was going to say, I can't remember what year.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I gauge everything by what color my hair was at that time.
Okay.
So I had black hair, so I don't remember when my black hair phase was. But,
okay.
Probably like 20...
I don't know.
What year is it now?
Yeah, right.
2020.
2020.
It's crazy.
So, as far as like you've been doing this for so long now, just gonna keep going till you can't go anymore?
Yeah, I guess. It's weird. It's like I can't see not doing it at this point. There was, like I said, there was like the 3-year period where we didn't do anything, and then in that time tried to record a record, and then eventually we did. But yeah, it just I can't see not doing it at this point. Like, it's almost more for me than a band. It's like a way to cope with stuff going on, and also I don't know, I love writing the music and playing. And
I mean, we're also kind of freaks. We've been doing this for so long that's like, I don't know what else to do.
Exactly.
I was talking to like Jeff the Machinist last night about it's like, there was like a running joke of like, if you're still in a band at like 26 or 27, it's like, oh, you're just in it for the rest of your life.
Hold on, you said it wrong. It's if you're still punk at 27, you're punk forever.
That kind of music.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Phase where you're like, I want to do
That's the cutoff.
something more commercial. You're like, oh no, you're stuck. You're done.
A mutated form of your younger self.
Yeah.
But also another thing, like, I mean, Bob's right. Like, we're freaks. Like, I already have like the next like three albums planned out, like in my mind, and it's like
coming with more music,
and it's like it sounds odd to say it, but it's like all I think about. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I can't sleep, and I just like have to write down like ideas and stuff, or like record like on my phone like an idea. I'm just like constantly thinking about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I get the phone calls like, I'm gonna get this cool pedal. I'm like, all right, man, sure. Is that what you need?
Yeah, and then he gets the worried call where it's like, all right, man, we gotta go on tour, and he's like, I gotta take more time off. All right.
That was going to be my next question. Do you guys have like day jobs?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I can't. You know.
I mean,
we're all in such different like realms. Of that.
I mean, I've been working. I mean, we've done odd jobs together, like seasonal jobs before, just so extra cash. I've pretty much worked in restaurants for forever, mostly for I could get time off. And I think like most people I talk to in bands, it's weird because it's like, what do you do? And it's like, I'm a cook. You're a cook. I'm a cook. I'm a server.
There's
I'm a
a
cook.
lot of
Yeah.
blind cooks. It's
Yeah.
really strange. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like to ask, because usually it's kind of the same.
I did a tour with my other band years ago, and we were with a band from Belgium.
I was waiting for that story.
It's just because it's the most like split you will ever see between American bands and like European bands. Of course, they have free college and everything, so that helps. But like they're like, oh, so what do you guys do? And we're all like restaurant, handyman, restaurant, and it's like, what do you guys do? It's like, oh, I'm an urban planner. Other guy's like, I'm an architect, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Other guy's like, I have tenure out of college. I teach digital media, and you're like, what? And then another guy's like, the guy who looks like the most like black metal dude, super sweetheart, and he's like, oh, I run like 4 youth hostels for abused children. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's like, I make pizza. I guess that's what I do.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to have those day jobs, and I think nowadays it's a lot easier because there's a lot of people in restaurants who are very supportive of like the arts, and it's like, no, go do your thing. You'll come back and you'll work every closing shift.
Yeah. You'll be back. I know you'll be back. Like,
My story's kind of weird. I have a lawn business that I run by myself, and that's kind of the only reason I'm here right now is because it's the winter time.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have another drummer that does all the cool stuff, all the Audiotree in Mexico and Canada and Europe.
sorry, Kyle.
It's okay. I did it to myself.
But also, we love you, Jesse.
Yeah, love you, Jesse.
Yeah.
So my time is limited. You know, we're 9 days. First day in was yesterday.
Yeah, this is the first day of 9 days for your health.
So I kind of stick to the more like local stuff and the weekenders and the the stuff like this. So this is like my big out right now. So I'm excited.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I do that. It pays the bills. I'm able to get a little bit of flexibility in there. So it works.
I've managed to somehow get in with the seasonal jobs, and I.
Come on, brother, lay it out.
Besides, I'll get back to that, but I do a lot of odd jobs. I record bands. I flip a lot of music gear. There's a lot of us out there, like the old drummer of our band, but mostly retail and odd jobs, buying and selling gear. I sell a lot of gear. I really don't have gear for very long.
Man, there's times where he'll be like, I got my dream set up. I'm like, I look at him like, I give it a
it won't be here for long.
And then like 2 months later, it's like, yeah, it's all sold. And I'm like, sounds right.
Stuff doesn't really have much of a meaning for me. I'll get rid of it to survive. I've played tours where I've played guitar out of like a crappy little PA head.
Yep.
It actually got to sound pretty good. That really
I like you shaking your head.
I
remember it was not good.
No, it sounded good. But
there you go.
It was okay.
Get out. Whatever.
It was okay, but like he pulled. I just remember unloading the van, and I looked down. I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's like, and he just gets quiet. And looks at me like a child, like being mischievous. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, no, what is this? And he goes, that's my second head. And I'm like, where'd you get this from, Radio Shack? He's like, I got it for like $50.
No, I got it for free.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the band, we were on tour with Yashir at the time, and the guy's like, dude, what is that? And he's like, tells the same thing, and he's like, after we play, he's like, I don't know how you got it to sound like that. And
He's like, I've spent a bunch of time and money trying to get my sound, and you bring this Radio Shack dumpster PA head, and it sounds great. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't afford I had to sell the other thing to be here right now. But yeah, a lot of weird random odd jobs on my end.
What are some of those like odd jobs?
Because it sounds sketch when you just.
I know.
No.
Yeah, I know a lot of things. I move money around a lot.
No. Great. No. Nothing weird and sketchy. Like, I don't know.
I'll just say
care stuff. So the Santa set. Okay, all right.
What?
So there's a mall that we used to work together in Merritt Island, called the Merritt Island Mall, and
That's rough.
it is kind of rough there.
It's very seasonal.
Yeah, I've gotten in with a couple of different companies that do the Santa kiosk where you get your picture taken, and the Easter Bunny kiosk, and the Halloween store, and I've managed to luckily be the location manager of these places. It sounds funny, but it gets very nightmarish at this mall. I know they're not listening to
so
it,
many
so.
stories. Yeah. He'll come. It's like the holiday season, and every practice he'll come with a different story of some crazy stuff that happened, or he'll send pictures of he sent a picture.
Oh yeah, the roof collapsed on our set.
Falling down.
Yeah, the roof collapsed on our set. That was fun.
Yeah, I just get a text of, "This is my morning," and it's just water everywhere and tiles everywhere. And you're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
It's just different stories all the time. It's great. It's great for us because we're not in it, but I'm sure it's a nightmare for you.
It's a nightmare for me, yeah. It's not fun, but it happens. And I allow it to happen, and I've tried to get out, but they keep roping me back in.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought we were going somewhere different. I thought you were Santa Claus or
Oh, no. Look at me. These Santas, they attend Santa college, and they start growing their beard years. They, of course, maintain the weight, but the company does not want them to be unhealthy. And let's
there are
see.
a lot of Santa rules.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Well, of course, when you say rules, all the Santas. I just found out this past season how old Santa is. It's something crazy, like 1,285 years old. I was like, oh, okay, that's a new one for me. And they gotta bleach their beard, even if there's a spot of any other color. It's gotta be all white.
You can't have two Santas at the same set.
Cannot have two Santas at the same set. So if there's another Santa coming in and he's filling in, can't be near the set because it'll confuse the kids. And I've had too many Santas walk in and be like, I'm just scoping it out, and then the other Santa Larry, shout out,
Larry.
He'll be like, that's not a good Santa. He's not supposed to be right here. gonna confuse the kids. And I'm like, so I gotta de-escalate that situation.
Managing Santa.
He says that a lot of the Santas like to maintain character. So in between things, and you're trying to talk to them, and it's just like...
Yeah, we had a replacement
Santa
Santa come in one day, and I was like, hey, I'm Logan. And I put out my hand, and he goes, Santa? And I go, got it. This is how this is going to go. Okay. And then I tried to get his name later, too, and he was like, Santa, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh,
Man,
boy.
I can't believe someone Daniel Day-Lewis you on the Santa set.
Yeah, we have a couple Santa Day-Lewises on the come through. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, they have to go to Santa College and everything. Why break character?
No, exactly. Seriously, it's a whole nother world, and there are multiple Santa schools, but
I don't even know where to segue from that. Like,
Whatever.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
I have a dumb question.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate it. I've learned a lot. I'm actually going to Google Santa schools as soon as I'm done here.
I'm just telling you right now, if you ever see any of those sets, just know that there's a lot of hell happening. Like, behind the scenes is just like...
I 100%
a nightmare. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Got it.
Parents are actually the worst people, involved, because... either the kid is terrified of Santa, and they don't want to be there, and they force the kid to sit in Santa's lap crying, and they're like, smile. We will leave when you smile. And it's like, it's not happening. It's really not happening. Or the kid is smiling, and the parent, I've had a lot of parents be like, ugh, I just hate that face. And I'm like, and I'm just frozen, and I'm like,
these are honest.
They start judging them like it's their selfies, like,
I don't like that one. You're making that stupid, ugly face again. And the kid's like, and it's like,
I'm just looking at the duck that you're shaking at me.
In my mind, I'm like, please just smile and move. Please just smile and please just smile and let's get this one and go. The line is building up now. Now it's escalating. It's crazy. But anyway, as we digress.
Yeah.
I look forward to like the mall Santing fighting videos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Brawl, the
Santa Brawl.
one that happened in New Jersey. Anyway.
Yes. Here for it. Dalton.
I had a kind of dumb question.
No, go.
Okay. So, Gillian Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Gillian is pronounced with a J, right? Kind of sounds like a J.
Mm-hmm.
I know this has
We
nothing.
argued with Dalton.
This has nothing to do
In
with
the
like
newsroom
your guys'
for
name,
days.
really. It's just the word Gillian.
Okay.
Because like I've had friends that are spelled with a J. I've had friends that spell with a G.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand on the GIF debate?
That's a good one.
This was a whole argument out there because he was like, why are they pronounced Gillian Carter,
it could
not
be
Gillian
Gillian.
Carter? I'm like, no one says Gillian.
If I
Who's
have to
gonna say
stand on the
Gillian?
GIF
Right.
side of it,
You're right.
I feel bad having to say Gillian because then I'm like, oh, well, what is my reasoning now for the GIF debate?
Well, here y'all go first. I'll go last.
Plead the fifth on that one.
Great.
I say GIF. And
I
then,
guess I would too.
Oh, I guess now I do.
Yeah. Well, now that Bob said it,
What? You don't have to listen to me.
I'm riding the coattails.
All right. I could be the wrong side of this.
Well,
I'm with you on the wrong side then. I guess.
well, seeing how our band is pronounced Gillian, I have to go on the GIF side.
It stands for graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's G2,
Yeah.
not GIF.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I would think if it was Jillian, then we would have to go with the J side.
But
Yeah.
But Gillian Anderson?
yeah,
Starring
Gillian
X-Files.
Anderson.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
and other people named Gillian.
It goes
Yeah.
both ways. That's
Yeah.
weird.
It's one of those things where if I had known the band would have lasted longer than a year, I either would have, well, I definitely would have called it something else, but I definitely would have probably done it with the J because, let's see here.
It's a
Then our
pretty common
initials would be
question we
JC.
get sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Really?
either way,
Okay.
10 times out of 9, everyone is always like, Gillian Carter's up next, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Even friends sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends that we've known for a long time.
Know
It's
for a
like,
long time,
you're in Gillian, right? And I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah, we're kind of used to it though.
Mm-hmm.
We just sometimes just go, it's all right.
But on the whole debate thing, I think we're pro GIF.
Pro
GIF.
GIF. Yes.
Pro GIF.
Yeah,
All right.
pro GIF.
GIF and Jillian. Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
Also, like,
Sure.
It's 2020.
Yeah.
That's right.
because there's that band too,
GIF from God.
GIF from God. And if you pronounce it GIF from God, it doesn't make as much sense.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that
No.
sounds good.
Oh man, I gotta ask them all.
Is it
Yeah,
glue? Is
wow.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
What would your backup band names be?
She had to pick a new name.
In 2005, I have no idea anymore. But I do know in 2013, I was thinking about, well, I guess late 2012, I was thinking about maybe stopping Jillian, and, well, even a little bit before that, because we just started back up.
Yeah.
You remember we got asked to play the benefit show at your house, and for some strange reason, people were talking about it, and I was like, wait, what? No one gave a crap about this band. Why? And then in 2012, I was toying around with kind of stopping, but starting a new band, and it would have been the same music, same exact music. We would have just played 7 strings, and I was gonna call it Lost Ship Sinking with the Sunset, but then it just turned out to be our album. So it was kind of thing. It was oh well. Oh, and also I joke, but it's knowing what if I knew the band was gonna be around longer, I could have called it something else, but it was just too late to change the MySpace URL. I was like, all right, well.
Back in the MySpace.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
MySpace was the thing.
That
Dom.
was the thing.
it was.
You were in elementary school, but we all had a MySpace.
Yeah, it was based on how many
MySpace.
friends you had.
Yep.
It was a big thing.
Posting bulletins. It was a lot like
Yeah.
Facebook.
But you had music on
I know
your
what
profile.
But you could have music on it. There was a guy named Tom. He could be your friend.
You had to rank your friends. Like you had to, decide.
Oh, that was a real stab.
Oh, yeah.
That was a real stab in the back.
man.
Yeah. I'm number 3.
That's how I knew we were fighting. Like, I got moved down my friend's like top 8. I'm like, I did something bad.
Wow, you took time out of your day to move me.
Do what?
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was the
Yeah,
top
it would
8.
never exist anymore.
It was also a bummer if you didn't have 8 friends.
Yeah.
Like 8 close
You're
friends.
just
to put
like
in there.
filling space. Like I guess.
I remember like just putting names in there. Just
Yeah,
being
exactly.
Like Burt McCracken's my.
Yeah.
To like
Exactly.
put them.
You know Mastodon? No, I just wanted them to be like on my top 8. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah. I have been asking every other band, just out of sheer curiosity, if you could play with anyone, alive or dead, you can bring them back from the dead.
Ooh.
Who would you play with?
All
Right.
right.
Go first with
Kyle?
this one, Logan.
Me?
No, Kyle's going first. Yeah, on the spot.
Or dead. Band or musician?
Either one.
Because I'm.
We've had a few people say like rappers. We've had,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always joke about how we're just waiting to get on that Slipknot tour, so that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Would go to that in a heartbeat. 10 out of 10.
They
Exactly.
just released the what do they call the head things? Like the little. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like
I know you're talking about.
The pop head.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little pop photo.
They just released Slipknot.
See,
that
I
makes
was...
sense.
Slipknot.
Yesterday.
Making
Yeah, no, I
warm.
went through that Slipknot Mudvayne phase.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you did.
We're still
It was
in
hard
LD
with the baggy pants. And
LD50. Okay,
Yeah.
cool,
50,
cool. Yeah.
We went through that.
Yeah.
Tough time.
Damn straight we did.
You had to walk through the puddles with your baggy pants.
It's
and,
fine. They
Oh,
dried
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
If you have the sweatbands, you can just dry them off.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
still have sweatbands.
Okay.
Like, yeah, they're just in a box in case of an emergency.
In case you'll need them.
So
Yeah.
Resurgence comes.
Oh, yeah, no, I kept one for the used, and then I got to go meet the used, and I was like,
wow.
Burt McCracken, look, I bought this in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
All
the
right.
lamest human being on the planet. Yeah, no, they're super friendly now, because he's off drugs, so
Nice.
he remembers what's up. So
Yeah.
That's good.
he's really friendly.
That's good.
Yeah.
We always joke about the whole, like, oh man, Slipknot tour coming up, but big fan of Jim Morrison. Don't know if I'd want to be around him in person. I don't know if that would, like, ruin anything, but love the Doors, so that'd be kind of cool, I guess.
I think me and Jim Morrison would get into a fight or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That guy was crazy.
Yeah. Like, just leave me alone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love a lot of, drummers and stuff. Keith Moon was really cool. Also crazy. Neil Peart, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But yeah, I don't know if I could play with them because I'm also a drummer and I would just be like, you do your thing, I'll just watch.
You have 2 drummers.
Here, yeah. Bob, you have enough time to think
No,
about
I
it?
haven't, honestly.
You can just throw out one, and that's fine. Or several. I don't.
Just, throw
I
out
feel like anytime I ask, it's like a life or death situation.
It's-
Like, they have
it's
to think
hard.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
I
it's like, for me, it starts making me go crazy because it's like that question. It's like, what's your favorite movie? And it's like, well,
Yeah.
hold on.
Well, wait,
You
there's so
forget-
many
Yeah.
factors.
Oh no, I always forget every movie I've ever seen. If someone's like, "Yeah, what's your favorite movie?" I've never seen a movie
I've never
before.
seen
in
a
my
movie.
life.
We're not asking what's your favorite band. We're asking who would you like to perform with.
yeah.
So that's a little different.
But it's,
It's kind of it's on
it's-
a similar vein,
yeah,
right?
similar
But
vein because
Yeah.
there's like, I mean, I would want to play a show with like, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix because I just want to see that.
Yeah.
But and then I think of like
Playing
modern
bass behind
bands,
Jimmy.
and it's like I would open up for Metallica or Slayer.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Oh,
I'm there,
yeah.
hell yeah,
Hello, 50,000 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So much stage room.
So,
I just want to be on the next. I want to be on Woodstock '98.
Yeah.
That's what I want to play. So then
Yeah.
I'm just there.
yeah, so you want to... So what Bob's saying is the band that he wants to perform with, like, be in, is Rusted Root.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure.
they played Woodstock in 99. Yeah.
this is
Yeah, they did. So the question is, who would I want to play with?
Yeah.
Like, let's say I'm like playing guitar with this band.
it could be
Oh,
like your
yeah,
band.
that's
is-
what the-
Oh, I thought it was
So-
like my band,
Yeah.
our band
No,
playing
so-
a show with
could be
us.
both.
I'm still
It could
stuck
be
on
either
Jim
one. You could be opening for them.
Man.
Yeah, so Kyle
Yeah.
was like,
I'm
I'm playing drums for the Doors.
Kyle's playing drums for the Doors.
I'm now in a hole now.
All right.
I am so sorry.
I'm filling in for corn.
Bob's playing the iPad for Modest Mouse. He's our sample dude.
I finally am on it.
Beep beep. Okay. Could I it would be me plus the band? It wouldn't be like me replacing one of them or something, right?
You plus them. Yeah, that's
Okay. Well, me and my friend Chaz always joke that it would be a lot of fun to play in Slayer, but specifically only in the early 90s. So they just look like they had a lot of fun. That would be cool. To be third guitar and maybe not be in the mix for Slayer. Actually second drums would be fun in Slayer. So yeah, that'd be cool. Wouldn't really have to try as hard. It would be really cool to play drums or bass for Peter Gabriel in any time. Actually, that would be really really freaking cool. Trying to think.
I mean, to go back to me real quick, if I could play in any band,
Yeah.
I would play for Bjork.
There you go.
I would just be I'm here. I'm so stoked on life.
Yeah.
Just gonna do some weird stuff. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So any of those two, or play bass in Metronomy or Block Party and just have fun. That would just be so much fun to just, we're all dancing. Yeah, this is great. So something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, no, I can find it. Block parties, it just sounds
Right?
really like a party. You just listen to it and you're I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Good time.
Get that helicopter going, you're psh, you can do anything.
Helicopter. It's a good song.
Oh, it is a good song. Yeah. It was on Guitar Hero or something. Yeah, back in the day.
It would be really easy to play guitar in Sun. So just
I look spooky.
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
I think that's good.
All right.
So, do you guys have anything upcoming? Any plans for releases? Maybe nearby tour dates?
Yeah, so we got this tour that we're on right now. That ends at the end of this month. And then in February, we're doing a couple dates in Florida with Malvik.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing...
April in Mexico.
We're going to Mexico for 2 weeks. And then in May, we're going out to the West Coast, and we're playing Zegma Beach Fest in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going out with Stormo. They're a really rad band from Italy. You should check them out.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Stormo.
They're really, really dope.
I think that month is going to be the summer of Screamo, because
everyone's going out for that fest, so it's it's going to be
meeting up.
nutty, yeah. And then... After that, there's a couple of things that it's that we're thinking about tour-wise. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're working on a record right now. So whenever that comes out, that'll come out.
Maybe Fest again. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Fest again. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And next year is going to be the 10th anniversary of our second record. So we're talking about doing some special I want to do some select city dates where we play that record in its entirety. I think that'd be cool. We've never done that. And then there's talks, maybe be a reissue, a vinyl issue of that, maybe. It's all talks right now. And then I want to put out a live record.
Yeah.
So...
We got a lot of stuff going on.
Got a lot of stuff,
We're already
Awesome,
getting
yeah.
into 2021, so.
Yeah, I guess.
Good year.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what else I'm thinking about.
Things will pop up.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
something will come up.
And people can find your music pretty much anywhere, right?
Yeah, Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music,
YouTube.
Not Target,
Some videos.
Google Play,
YouTube.
MySpace, if it's still on there.
Oh no, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of. No, they got rid of everyone's. You don't remember? Something happened with their servers or whatever, and they lost all of the music that was on their players.
Yeah.
Gone.
Terrible.
There's some weird old demos that were on there that I was gonna try and get. Gone.
No, I really
like
don't remember that, but I
universal
deleted
fire.
mine because you know how people were going back and like pulling embarrassing stuff from their MySpace.
Yeah.
I was like, I better just take this all down.
Yeah.
Like to be prepped.
Oh yeah.
I kept mine up because there were some pictures that I was like, oh, I remember this. This was fun, but you know.
Yeah, I didn't delete mine because I was like, look at it like years ago, and I was like, oh man, look how youthful I was.
Yeah. Also, for
having fun at Walmart because that's all there was.
Yeah.
So young and full of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I think this has been good.
Don't grow up. Don't get older.
Yeah. Never grow up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So this has been Off the Record with Gillian Carter.
Sweet.